persuasion, he knows that it will probably be easier to motivate the men with a what is it? What is the word I'm looking for? That word that starts with an A. Amalthean.
Oh, Amalthean.
Yeah, that they've probably been raised under a more Puritan standard. So instead of confusing the shit out of them, he's just going to say, yeah, let's just put the two most pious Puritan people in the same place. So you can learn from Cadus, and just keep teaching the men that.
Yeah, besides, I'm pretty sure Xantis is smart enough to know that with Exalta character, she, like, obviously doesn't, listens to her commanding officers, but given chance, she doesn't hold back her opinions, which she thinks that they are well within Emperor's name, because she's Puritan. And it's pretty probable that maybe at some point Voriana would say that it's enough, and sooner or later some discussions would take place which would disrupt priests' training.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I mean,
my priest, you're going to have the honor of being trained by Cadus in the arts of serving the Emperor.
She obviously still very virulent and positive about that, but you feel just a tint of confusion because she doesn't exactly know who Cadus is yet.
Oh, don't worry. He notices the look, I'm going to assume, and says, oh, don't worry. I'll introduce you to Cadus myself. It's going to be quite a fun meeting.
I am eagerly awaiting.
Spend almost the entirety of the trip back within the chapel.
Oh, that reminds me. I misspoke earlier. Solon. I misspoke earlier. You're not going to be trained by me. It would actually make more sense for you to be trained by our Primaris, Ignatius.
There is he nods, understood, and you feel like emotion like ow, because maybe he heard legends and whatnot, but for him, even if he doesn't know details, Primaris is top dog, hot shit. So he might have heard that, yeah, Primaris is kinda huge thing, the best of the best in his career. So he looks very eager, even though in the back of his head you might even catch that he's thinking, well, maybe he won't turn me out inside out during the first week, but it's half seriously maybe.
Well, and of course, Captain Kenneth, I'll be taking care of your instruction personally. So, Kenneth and Ignatia, you'll remain here. The rest of you, go find your mentors and, well, begin your training. All of you are dismissed.
So of course they all salute, and apart from Ignatia and Kenneth, they leave the room to find their mentors, so to speak. Now that I think about it, does anyone want a specific scene with them?
Alright.
It's gonna take a while if we do go through all of this. I think just some rolls to see how.
Yeah, perhaps.
Now
I thought about it, Xantis. So, the way I'm giving it to you is that it's up to you how you're gonna edit that into the handout. But basically, on top of Kill Trooper basic skills, for Command Squad, you get 2 +10s and 1 +5, and you can add that to whatever attribute you want.
So each of them gets +10, +10, +5. 5 somewhere.
Yeah, and you can apply it wherever you want. Although for some roles, like for example for Kenneth, it would make sense if one of the 10s goes to Fellowship, because he was like field leader for some time. But it's really up to you. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe 30 was enough for him. Okay, so yep, they're gonna start. So let's make 5 rolls to see how they're gonna get.
All of us do one, or are you gonna roll it for us?
I'm rolling for them because they are trying to survive. I mean, I'm rolling for them to see how they hold, how they survive, and
Survive what?
Wow.
Oh wow.
All of them apart from
5.
one.
Yeah, like
There should be one more.
wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yep. So Master of Ordnance is kinda slightly lagging behind, and yeah, I'm gonna even say that perhaps what was for Cadis, because obviously I want Cadis specifically because I have troubles with that character and I want her to have some social scenes. So
Well, the social scene mostly would be trying to convince her to actually train these people, because she's not going to want to.
Actually, that was why Xanthus was going to take the priest to Cadis.
okay, so
directly.
let's go with that. And
Even still, she's Moratot and then Officious, well, close to Officious Assassinorum, so their techniques aren't for everybody.
Oh no, he doesn't want you to train her like in your art.
not
He
talk.
wants
Let's
you
play
to-
the scene. So Cadis, you are in your chapel, and suddenly you hear footsteps, and then presence of interrogator Xanthis, accompanied by you quickly recognize a priest from her like equipment. So Xanthis, go ahead, play the.
Cadis, I figured you might be here.
Interrogator?
I have a request to make of you. You see, this priest beside me needs to be instructed. More specifically, she needs to be instructed in the Emperor's light. And I figured, well, no, he wouldn't even say it that way. He would say, you are by far the most pious and Puritan of us. And so, you are by
I'm
far the
certain
most...
that's not true.
Well, let's consider. We have 2 psychers, two psychers and a woman who argued with you for at least half an hour on why we should not slay an entire army of rebels.
Her
And so
naivete
by-
doesn't preclude her love of the Emperor, neither does being afflicted with the Psycho's curse.
No,
They can be
But-
as pure as any.
no, but it does make you by far the most Puritan of us.
And qualified, I guess.
And that was, thank you, John. That's the word I was looking for. It makes you the more qualified of us. After all, a psyker should not teach a priest Puritan doctrine. It would be, well, not wrong. It would be mildly inappropriate.
I'm gonna throw in that
Contradictory as well.
maybe Cadis is not a psychic, so she doesn't feel it. Like the priest keeps a good poker face, but Xanthis like feels like emotion of aghast at the mere thought that the psyker would teach her.
Exactly my point.
So she's like, oh, thank God, Emperor, that Lord Throne Agent is thoughtful of that. But that's her, like, probably only Xanthis, like, hears her, like, mere thoughts and emotions, so please continue.
He doesn't even mind because he had the same thought. He's just like, no, I have no intention of being bothered with this shit. Can continue, Gabriel.
The techniques of my order are secret.
I understand that. I'm not asking you to teach her. I'm not asking you to teach her the techniques of the Moritat. Even I would not request that of you. Nor would I ever dare to command such a thing. All I ask is that you teach her. All I ask is that you teach her the love of the Emperor through the Puritan fashion, and if you know of any sword techniques that are not secret and expressly forbidden, then teach her those as well, that she might survive to teach others the love of the Emperor.
At this point, she would probably take her helmet back off. At which point, the fact that her eyes are glowing are now entirely apparent. She has Malleus conditioning. Her bones are inscribed with prayers, and it makes her glow from the inside, especially out of her eyes.
That is pretty interesting.
Perhaps if she gets a chance seeing that, unless Xanthus directly forbid her to speak before he gives her a chance.
No, he doesn't.
Seeing her like face, she like gives a deep bow, my lady, because I think that's the most respectful that she can give to Cadis. I would be deeply honored to be under your tutelage. Like, it will be an honor and privilege, and yeah, that's respectful stuff.
Probably hear a whisper, don't let me be by the Psyker, please.
What was that?
And you probably hear a whisper, please don't let me be taught by the Psyker.
Mental one, but I think only Xanthus can hear it. It's like in Harry Potter when he put a hat and it's please not Slytherin, please not Slytherin. But of course she's trying to be dignified about that, even in her whispers.
Yeah, so I will look, between the two of them and then back to her. At that, the Emperor is just, but he is not kind. I am just, but I am not kind. This will be a difficult training.
I shall endure everything and anything in the name of God Emperor. And considering she rolled an 11 at the very start, then yeah, she is on the good path to fulfill that promise.
Oh, you two are going to get along swimmingly.
Very well.
Thank you, Cadis.
Afford me something to do.
Thank you, Cadis. I was wondering if I'd actually be able to convince you to do this. Or perhaps it is your fervor, priest. But if you ladies will excuse me, I have other matters to attend to.
Master of Ordnance, why you shit?
Hmm?
I was just saying to myself, why is the Master of Ordnance such a dipshit? The only one to have failed.
Well, I suppose just to end the scene, Cadis will turn to, what is this priest's name? Again, I forgot.
Exalta or Soul Witch. Just focus on Exalta.
Exalta. Okay.
Ooh, I like how you pronounce it.
I have not finished my prayers. You may join me if you'd like.
I would be honored, milady. And then she, joins you in your prayers. And then, with the fireball eye, Gantemperor looks at the beginning of this blossoming friendship.
Well, something's blossoming.
Lord have mercy. Let's see.
Yeah, although then God Temporal like thinks around. But friendship is magic, and magic is heresy, so perhaps not this.
Exactly, that's why it has to be deeper than friendship.
Oh, that was great.
Like really, for a moment, I'm almost inclined to think that this might be canon because I watched or like heard too much stuff about if Emperor had text-to-speech device, which is fucking just oh my god.
Oh, I love that so much. If Emperor had a text-to-speech device, is hilarious.
Yep, yes it is. Anyways, apart from that, during the travel, I know that we are gonna have at least 2 more things to do. One, Ignatius. Remember that dream you had about shadowy menace spiraling from up? During the month of travel, that dream started like repeating like twice a week.
Is it an identical dream or is it just similar?
At first
stuff?
it was identical, but then like small details start to being added, and at some point you do not see exactly what causes this, like creates this shadow, but in it you see a silhouette of which you think it's a planet or something resembling a planet because it's fucking huge.
Oh crap.
What do you think it is?
I know what it is.
What is it?
I don't know what it is, so I would
I
probably.
don't think I'm gonna tell you.
Out of character, I mean.
Out of character, I'm curious.
Whisper me that, and I'm gonna say if you called it. Something that will cause it, yes.
I knew it!
Oh god, no!
What is it? Tell me.
It's that theory, isn't it?
Quiet
Yes,
you.
it is. It's that theory that I can't remember the name of.
Whatever you want to think, it's
that.
If you come to that
God.
If you come to that conclusion, it's your thing, but don't spoil it for anybody else.
Oh god, no. Oh shit, the bed.
And you know what? At the close towards the end, you start hearing additional, you see. Basically, you see start seeing 2 versions of the dream. One, you see that the shadowy wave, which at first was tentacle things from octopus swirling down towards imperial space, but then it was just tidal wave. And in one version you basically see
looks like it's getting worse.
You basically see planets engulfed, basically shadow swooping over and extinguishing lights on the entire north from Segmentum Solar. And then at the very last dream, in this worst version, you see something maybe horrifying, maybe not, I don't know how, even though Ignatius knows it's a dream. And then you even see that the light of Holy Terra is extinguished. And in other version, you see a unspecific planet with obviously imperial buildings and sculptures, although you don't recognize it from this age. And then it's flash, and then you see this you look at the galaxy from up top, and at some point when these shadows are approaching, then not from Holy Terra but somewhere in north from Coronus sector in Halo star segment, there is blinding flash of light, and then the shadow thing is gone. So basically that was the dream sequence. And to make matters maybe not complicated, then Xantis gets his. Basically, they are not as often. You basically get 2 different dreams, only once. First one, you see a beautiful maiden, like one of the most beautiful women that you ever laid your eyes upon. And this is even more strengthened because you see like almost like an aureola around her head. Like almost like, obviously it's not the same, but almost like the light of Holy Emperor himself is around her. And you don't hear anything from her. And then you realize, maybe to your horror, but as the camera pans out, like in your dream we see it's retreating and showing more of the background. Then you realize that you see her through a like reinforced glass window in some deep dark place. And then you hear a mechanical sound. You turn around in your dream and you see basically a machine of steel with multiple eyes, not looking like you think this looks at you, but it mostly like passes and looks at her. And you hear like synthesized voice. Soon they will come. And you know what? Depending if you want to remember that dream after you wake up, you might give me some kind of skill check if you recognize that thing.
A what kind of check?
Yeah, that's the question. Which one would work?
General intelligence, maybe.
General intelligence or logic?